what are your observations? What are you picking out of the markets today, and what are you seeing?
No, Harsh, frankly, I think it's a very good market today because
Okay.
given the handover, which was there, 2% down, 1% down for indices, I think a 80 point, 90 point down for the Nifty would be taken with both hands. And especially, I think, given the context of the news flow, which has been the reason why the markets were showing this kind of a volatility. But there are a lot many factors which have improved in the markets today. Of course, we've seen large cap stocks, a few of the large cap names at least trying to act as more of shield with respect to the market correction. That's a positive sign to look out for. You're not seeing the market breadth completely deteriorated, because in an ideal scenario, even if we've seen a 100-point downtick on the Nifty broadly, we would have actually seen maybe a 2:1 decline to advance ratio, or more in favor of declines. But this time around, it's not. It's more or less flattish. So I think that also is indicated that the markets are now behaving in a much more mature, in a stable manner, and they know that this could be the new reality where you might see news flows affecting the markets maybe every other weekend. So I think in that context, I would still believe that it's a good phase where the markets have just stabilized. We are holding the range at 24,000, 25,000, 25,500 mark. My belief is that potentially, if there is no incremental negative news flow which could impact the markets all of a sudden, we should be good for a breakout back again to the 25,500 levels.
No, you're absolutely right, Kunal. You spoke about the fact that given the backdrop, we've done very, very well. So no doubt about that. But it's range bound in that sense. And during range bound markets, it becomes slightly more difficult to play the trade. What are you doing in terms of what are your specific picks? How are you playing the market?
So first on that, Harsh, I actually believe that it's a good sign because if the markets are range bound on such kind of a scenario, there are two things which happens. Traders hold on to their positions,
right,
because they know that the markets are still giving them a chance that maybe it's not ready to buckle under the pressure or under the kind of news flow. And the other way around is that it gives opportunities for traders to try and pick themes in stocks rather than a runaway market or a complete rundown market as such. So I think in that scenario, I'll suggest a couple of buy calls. And both of these are fresh breakout candidates. Delivery is a stock which I believe is heading towards a breakout. A classical flag formation on the hourly charts, a breakout post or closer to that 460 to 70 range where the stock has been consolidating. So would look out for 486 as a target, stop us at 465. And BEML is another interesting name. The stock is heading towards a classical consolidation breakout on the daily as well as on the hourly charts. So would look out for a buy with a target of 4,480, stop us at 43.20.
You're already seeing spikes on those stocks, Kunal. Seems like the markets predicted your picks slightly earlier. So you're already playing that. But fabulous upticks on both of those counters. So clearly visible. Kunal, what do you make of the Nifty Bank? Because that is the crucial play. If that were to see a bit of an uptick, see, from a fundamental perspective, not seeing much with regard to IT, right? We are not seeing something which is, or the expectations set are fairly low in terms of a benchmark. But banks could well be the trade here because we saw very, very strong growth numbers, and I'm talking from the fundamental angle. What are you seeing on technical counters within the Nifty Bank, and any couple of plays that you're liking within the Nifty banking pack?
It's like, just as an analogy, it's like when you are too much dependent on your top batsman to perform. And if that top batsman performs consistently, it's actually a very good sign. That's exactly what's happening with Bank Nifty. You look at, I think, Friday's closing, when we managed to close about this 56,500, 600 mark. It was almost like a 2-month or a 2.5 month swing high for Bank Nifty. Now, given that context and given the, the mentions which you've said that the Nifty IT index has been down and out, you've seen FMCG, Realty Index, there have been so many struggles across various sectors. But in that context, you've seen the Bank Nifty performing exceptionally well. That, I believe, is the hallmark. And the fact that even in such kind of a volatility, you're not seeing a major gap down, you're not seeing a major correction or a follow through on the downside, but you're actually seeing a lot of resilience. That, I believe, is a very crucial and positive sign. I believe that this could probably indicate that we should be breaking out yet again on the upside for the Bank Nifty, and I wouldn't be surprised that we may expect a breakout above 57,000 mark for the Bank Nifty, given the setup which we've already seen.
Okay.